here. Let's get it. 5-star live stream. We are back reporting to you fucking live. Back at it. As you see, it's Wednesday night. And we're going to bring you some fucking value. Another episode. We're going to keep it coming. We got clips that are on fire right now. The video of my boy Chris and the old girl, the Karen girl, doing numbers. So we're going to keep bringing you guys videos, clips, and making it happen. And just adding value after value. So you keep coming back and we keep fucking helping the guys and the ladies out. So let's get it.
That's exactly what we're here to do, man. We're here to take care of you guys. We're always here to bring you value, make sure that the episodes are crispy. Make sure that everything is good for each and every one of our listeners. We had some people commenting on the last one, so I saw you guys. Shout out to you too. And then, of course, we have a bunch of new people coming in as subscribers. We see you guys. Thank you for coming into our show and subscribing, man. We want to show you guys a lot of love. Make sure that everything is good.
Definitely, and we're going to show love, comment, like, subscribe. Let us know what you want to see. And we're going to fucking bring it to you every episode. So let's get it. Today we're going to talk about new shit that's going on, like Charlie Kirk, the crazy shit with that.
Yeah.
Rest in peace. I didn't watch a lot of his content, but I knew he sounded like, from what I hear, he's for the truth. So we're going to talk about that. We're going to talk about just how to not be bitter or mad at women in today's world, because a lot of guys are just blaming women for everything instead of just putting all of it on themselves and just improving. So we're going to add some fucking value and get right into it. Let's get it.
Yeah, man, let's get into it, right? With the whole Charlie Kirk situation, he definitely was a big conservative podcaster that's in a space of having a lot of opinions that overlap with reality and a lot of opinions that overlap with things that we agree with. As for himself, for me as an individual, not someone that I was like fully invested in there, but I wouldn't wish death on anybody, man. That is a horrible, hardcore situation for someone to be in today. So yeah, we're going live on the same day where we just saw an announcement where he was pronounced dead, and we are sending condolences to his friends, his family, to everybody that knew him. We are saying our condolences over here at 5-Star. That is a horrible situation for anyone to be in. Rest in power, big guy.
Oh yeah, and it's crazy because, like I said, I didn't watch too much of his content, but it's like, if you just speak the truth or fucking just have somewhat common sense, that's what happened. So you getting shot, if you're the guy at work who's trying to disagree with everyone and fucking voice your opinions and your beliefs, and you're going against the left, then you're gonna pay for it. You might lose your job. It might not be to that extent of getting killed, but you might lose your job or some dumb shit might happen. So fucking just watch out. No, pick and choose when you want to have certain conversations. It's just the world that we live in. Unless you're someone who, if you don't have a job, you're someone, you have your own business and whatnot, you're just like, I don't fucking care. I'm for the truth. I'm willing to die behind it. Then that's great. You do that. But if you're someone out here who has a job, who's working, and it'll really affect you for you to say certain things, sometimes it's just not worth it. Let them have it and move on. But because you see, I mean, people are dying over shit. I mean, people in their feelings, they don't want to hear the truth. So, I mean, yeah, you could lose your life over that, your job. So just be aware of what conversations you're having when you're having them. Pick and choose your fights, your battles, and know just when it's worth fighting for, when you can just let them have the win. Because, yeah, that's how it is.
Yeah, I mean, even on our show, we are very, very aware of geopolitically what's going on in the world, and we are a dating show, man. We're here to bring you the love of your life. We're here to talk about things that'll make you better and bring your future and your power to fruition as an individual within the things that you can control, right? So, listen, I'm sure that it's been very fun the last 5 years getting involved in geopolitics. I'm sure that we've all loved hopping on and off the Trump train, or getting involved with things after 2020 and all the conspiracies that happened following that. But as of late, as you can see, even at the height of geopolitics, the political sphere has become so bloodbath, violent, so gruesome that a man is, no matter how you look at it, leaving a little girl and woman behind today. she will grow up fatherless, and he died ultimately for nothing but an opinion that will become irrelevant tomorrow, right? Or an opinion in political warfare that will be outdated in a couple cycles from now. So, is that worth your life? No. But what is worth your life? Having the ability to think and go forward with your mission, to put on a good attitude, to wake up early, to go follow your life's plan, to go accomplish your goals, to go set out to make changes in the community. If you're doing these things and, making improvements in the world, fantastic. Now, getting involved in these things politically, fantastic to that too, It does suck that even on that path that happened to him. But, when you are fighting for something, you got to know what you're fighting for and what you're willing to die believing for, and whether or not that fight is worth it. Somehow I can imagine if you were to ask Charlie Kirk where he'd rather be, watching his 2-year-old be a 2-year-old, or watching his 2-year-old become, an 80-year-old woman. You know what I mean? I'm sure he would have rather watched her grow up for the entirety of his life, but that was cut short over ideology. Something that I've told you on this show takes far too much toll on people's actual outlook into real life right now.
Oh yeah. And I'll say this. Fuck the left. I don't know if the left had anything to do with this, but just because I don't like to just be kind of fucking in a gray area, kind of just, that's just where I'm at. Because I don't know who the fuck did this, but I know fucking the left with the opposite side of when you're speaking the truth. I mean, 9 out of 10, it's just whoever's disagreeing with you, and that's the left. I know Charlie's right wing, so just want to make sure that I'm picking a side and you know where I stand. So, because I don't want to give you any fucking, I'm not here to be politically correct about anything. That's where I'm at. I'm all for the truth and common sense. So, yeah, now enough with that. Now into fucking dating and how to not be mad or bitter at women. Because in the world today that we live in, it's very easy to fucking just be upset with women because they're demanding a lot and not giving anything. They want a lot but not giving much in return. And I know as a man, it's like you could deal with women, be around women, and you're just like, the juice just isn't worth the squeeze. So it's like, as a man, no excuse is good enough. Even if it's valid, even if it's real, no matter how hard life is for you, no matter how unfair it is, you're either going to win or you're going to lose. So being upset at women and mad or complaining or watching these red-pilled podcasts and kind of just fucking using it just to be a safe place where you can just bash women and fucking be mad, you're not going to get anywhere with that. It's not going to get you any further. Because I notice a lot of guys, they come in these spaces just to fucking be mad at women, but they're not improving at all. Like, their life isn't getting better. It's kind of like just, I'm going to come here because I know it'll make me feel good, because I know women are the problem. I'm just going to be mad at them. And it's like, that's not going to get you anywhere. So at the end of the day, just by you being a man, you have to take the blame for everything. Even when it's not your fault, you have to take the blame for it, because that's the only way you're going to get better. Because if you're always dishing it out on other people and playing the victim, there's no way for you to improve. You're not going to get better. So it's like, yes, women they're not perfect. They have problems. But if you keep putting everything on them, how the fuck are you ever going to improve? So you got to just say, fuck it. Because you're a man, everything is your fault. You need to just get better so you can attract the woman that you want to be with and live the life you want to live.
Yeah, that is exactly how you want to look at it. I know these red pill spaces all too well, believe me. And in getting to know the people behind the camera, on the audience side, and on the influencer side, I've gotten to know pretty much how everybody plays this angle overall, right? And I'll contrast that to my life. In my life, when I want a woman, I go up to her, I tell her that I want her, and usually that follows through pretty well. When I put my mind to it, I'm pretty much pulling exactly what I want to pull. Now, there's no reason why a man can't lock in like that, right? But unfortunately, even though we're all going through experiences with the women, that even if you use your mind to lock in and get the girl, there's still problems that arise when you get the girl, right? Just because you got the girl doesn't mean you're not gonna deal with the fact that she is more money obsessed than an actual human being, or she has like a horrible characteristics about her, or she says nasty things, or she is a horrible person, right? You can't filter out for that, but if it does happen, we're giving you the tools on how to filter those things out, right? We don't want you to have no Jezebel spirit girl. But unfortunately, behind these audiences is a lot of dudes who are just complaining about women, getting upset about women, red pill raging against women, and they haven't sat down across the table from Karens like him and me. They haven't gone and spoken with literally thousands of women on cold approach missions like him and me. They haven't gone out of their way to interact with women. They've simply watched YouTube videos, got upset at what was exposed on the video, but don't have anyone that they're flirting with that night or talking to or going on a date with, because they don't put time or effort or energy into dating. So they're literally sitting there stewing in red pill rage, getting all angry at the truth, which is fair. I understand why the truth about the unflattering nature of women would make a man upset enough to be so angry that he would want to rage in the truth and go comment and go tweet and go tell people and go speak the truth about everything as if he's the fucking Hulk, getting ready to like World War rage against the machine type of anger against the truth that has now been shoved upon his eyesight. But what we need you to do, say fuck all that, homie. We need you to lock in on the mission. And the mission, now that you've been debriefed on what is the truth, is to get yourself handsome and in tip-top shape and attractive so you could go and play the unfair game that is women having advantage in the workplace, in social media, in economics, in general, in movies, in storylines, in the mainstream, at your work, at HR, in your schools. Women are favored in every fucking area of life, and you are left behind as a loser. But we don't want you to get mad. We don't want you to get upset. We just want you to do your motherfucking best.
Oh yeah, and that's a fact. And when Chris says it's unfair, it's like now, back in the day, dealing with women was like playing a high school sport. It's pretty easy to play a high school sport for the most part. Now today, it's like playing a professional sport with dealing with women. Like the barrier to entry is so much more harder now. And so the only way around that is not to complain about how hard it is, it's just to get better. So before you can train part-time and fucking kind of just do it for fun, not really take it serious, and you could still make the high school basketball or football team even though you weren't that good and you kind of just half-assed it. That's what was like in the 1950s, early 2000s, even the early 2010s. It was like that. But now, fucking dealing with the opposite gender, getting women now, it's like playing a fucking professional sport. Like you got to actually become the best that you can be so you can have some real results with that. So the only way to get that is by taking full responsibility. And if you're not fucking the girls that you want to fuck, you're not fucking the bitches that you want to fuck, you're not fucking the 9s and 10s, the 8s, then the only solution to that is to get better. That's what I'm doing. If I'm not fucking the bitch that I want to fuck, the only solution is to get fucking better. Because the bitches that want to fuck, they want dudes with money. They want dudes who has their shit together. They want dudes who's fucking well-groomed, who just has it all together. So in order for me to be able to fuck the bitches that I want, I have to become that guy, not fucking sit here and complain like, well, she just wants too much and she wants me to make too much money and she wants me to be this and that. It's so fucking hard. Why can't life just be easy? Instead of doing that, you just become the person that you need to become in order to get the results that you want. Because it's hard. It's a process. It's a long-ass process. But at the end of the day, it will be worth it. Because if you don't do the work, then you're just going to look up and be pissed that you didn't do the work. Because the time's going to come to where it's either you did the work or you didn't. Whether it's 5 years from now, 10 years from now, 20 years from now, you're either going to look up and be like, fuck, yes, I did the work. I'm fucking proud of myself. I feel good. Or you're going to be like, fuck, I should have just put in that work. Even when it was hard, I didn't feel like it. It sucked. I should have fucking did it because it would have been worth it. So only time's going to tell what you should have done. So you want to be in a position where you look up 10, 20 years when your life is kind of not over, but you should have done everything that you needed to do. You want to look up and be like, I'm glad I put the fucking work in and did what I needed to do. Because if you don't, you're just going to complain and be a victim. Everything's going to be someone else's fault, and you're going to place the blame on other people. And as a man, that's really a feminine, a bitch trait to do that. Because only women can get away with that. Because they don't have the same burner performance as us. So if you're a guy who's constantly blaming other people for shit, blaming women for not fucking you, and giving you what you want, you're never going to get the results that you want to get, because you're never going to improve yourself. Because in order to improve, you have to take some accountability, even when it's not your fault. The only way to build your character, improve, become the best version of yourself is just take the blame and find ways to get better so you can get to where you need to get to.
Now, there is some things I want to say, but right before I get into that, I will say that I have discovered that the audio is a little bit choppy. It is not perfect. And there is no specific reason as to why, and I'm trying to work on that as we speak here, right? Now, that is not something that is congruent. That is something that just kind of happens as we play the game here. But on that note, there are a couple things I want to talk about as far as doing the work, right? When it comes to that part of it, that is where I fear men are going to fall off the most with this track. See, when you're becoming attractive to women, I wrote this in the book, and I'm going to have to put out a whole new piece of content behind the subs paywall for you guys to like really emphasize this. But I need you to understand that life is in 4 compartments. You need to break down your health, your wealth, your love, and your happiness. Because what happens when you don't have balance is that you're not putting any time into hunting girls, right? You're not putting any time into going and talking and being attracted to women, which takes a lot of time. Now, you can do that on Instagram. That's cool. You can do that on your dating apps. That's fine. But at some point, you got to do it in real life, because that's just where you're going to get the most premium quality women. You know what I mean? You just got to go to cities where there's hot girls everywhere, and you got to go talk to hot girls. I don't care if you do it foreign or domestic. You need to be doing that. And if you don't do that, what's going to happen is you think in your head, oh, if I work out a lot, then I'm going to go talk to girls. Or if I get really rich, then I'm going to go talk to girls. Or if I get a perfect position in life, then I'm going to go talk to girls. If I reach a certain age, then I'm going to go talk to girls. Broski. I don't know what the fuck you're watching, but you need to always be talking to chicks. In fact, the more sex that you have can be directly correlated to how many girls you're speaking with. You literally need to physically speak to many women in order to have the high outcome that you want. And in order to do this, you're not going to do this overnight and come off as attractive. You need to be out in the field, on the actual floor, in the mission, doing this all the fucking time. If I can have you sleeping with 50 girls a day, trust me, I want you doing that. That would make me very happy. But at the very minimum, you need to be cold approaching. Like, you got to have some number locked in. You got to be like, listen, I'm talking to 3 girls a day minimum, 7 girls a day minimum, 10 girls a day minimum, 15 girls a day minimum. Now, when you start doing stuff like that, even if you talk to one girl for 1 minute a day, you got to think, like, where the fuck would I talk to 15 girls and spend 15 minutes talking to chicks? That's a long time. It's 2 minutes per chick, 30 minutes. You know, that 3 minutes per chick, 4 minutes per chick, 5 minutes per chick. It takes a long time to talk to women. So this is almost like a full-blown fucking job. And you have to have that happen before you get too old to the point where you can't even do it anymore. You know, you're 50, you're 60, you're 70, you got no kids, you got no woman. You can't just kick the can down the road for your whole fucking life. You need to start talking to girls like it was yesterday, bro. You need to be on that grind right now.
Hell yeah, because if you fucking don't, then you're going to be exactly where you are now. If you don't put in the work, you're forever going to be where you are now, and time's just going to pass you by, and you're just going to be fucking stuck. So don't fucking just sit there and dream about who you want to be. Actually become that fucking person. You got to have that mind, have that thought of who you want to become, and then work towards that person. Because the more time keeps passing by and the more you're still the same person, nothing's changed, the more and more life is just going to pass you up, and you're never going to get what you want to get out of life. And then you're going to look up 50, 60 years old and fucking 40 years old and just be filled with regret and be mad at yourself and wanting to off yourself Because you're like, fuck, I'm a fucking loser. My life fucking sucks. So the only way to not be that person is to put in the fucking work to become the best that you can be. And also by knowing what you want, so you can filter out which girls you want to be with and which girls you don't. Because if you don't know what you want, you're going to constantly run into girls and give girls time and attention that you don't like. So you have to really know what you want so you can have a better relationships with girls who are worth your time and who you actually enjoy being around. That's what it is.
Like even right now, right? I'm talking to 2 chicks, and I will like allude to other girls, even to those 2 chicks that I'm talking to, right? So I'll talk about like a 3rd or a 4th or a 5th girl, right? And because I casually talk about other girls with those girls, what they notice is that I have, like specifically, I have a trend in talking to blonde girls, to which the girls will then tell me, oh, you like blonde girls, don't you? Right? Because they keep seeing me with blonde girls. So then I'll say something along the lines of like, no, I just, I like pretty girls and I hate ugly bitches, right? I'll say something like that, like to keep it funny. But in reality, they are catching on to my types that I like vision board or like write down or make mental notes to myself. So when approaching, literally if I see what was on my vision board, if I see what I've written down, I'll go and I'll get that, right? Because I've taken the time to know what I want. And like he says, like I'm telling you, knowing what you want ahead of time, writing down your grocery list before you go to the grocery store does make the whole process a lot easier, a lot faster, a lot quicker, a lot more enjoyable, a lot more like I know what I set out to do on this mission. Because when you're a soldier with no mission, it is fucking miserable to like not know why you're out there, and like anything could just go and like anything could just happen. It's gonna be such a lackluster experience that you're wasting your time, you're wasting the time. Now is the time. You need to be like, you need to look and live alive. You know what I mean?
Hell yeah, no, and that's a great point. Like having a vision to know where you're fucking headed. Because if you're kind of just in the moment and you're not you don't know where you're going, then life is just gonna pass you by. A man who has no plan is a man if you have no plan, your plan is you're willing to fail. So if you have no plan, then you're just gonna fail. There's like a quote: "A man with no plan is planning to fail," or some shit like that. So it's like if you don't know. Yeah, a man with no plan is a man that's planning to fail. So it's like if you don't have any plan, then you're just gonna fucking fail at life. So you have to have a plan, a vision, something you're working towards, a goal. That way you fucking have a purpose. Because when you're moving around with purpose, your frequency is just higher. Like I've noticed that if I'm like kind of just have no fucking goal or anything, and I'm kind of just moving through life, kind of going with the wind, your energy, your vibration's not as high as when you fucking know you have a purpose. And fucking you move different. And bitches like that. Like they want a guy who has a fucking purpose, who knows where he's going. Like I said, your frequency's higher, you're moving different, and they can just sense it. It's weird how that works. Like you take a guy who's just floating through life, who kind of just is going with the wind, doesn't fucking have a goal, doesn't have a purpose. He's kind of just going with life. You take that guy, and then you take a guy with a purpose, and he's fucking on his grind. You don't know. You haven't talked to 2 guys, but they both just move so fucking different, and you'll be surprised. Like if you really look at it, girls are more attracted to the dude with the purpose, and he might not ever even talked about his purpose. It may just be by the way he moved, the way he carries himself. Like you just carry yourself different when you have a purpose. So if you don't have a purpose, you want to fucking write it down, have a goal, and that you work towards it. Because if you have no purpose and you're just fucking mad at women all day of what could be, because you don't actually have a goal, so you're just mad at them, all you do is sit there and complain, that's not going to get you anywhere. So come up with a plan, a goal that you're working towards. So then there's like a meaning behind everything. Like life just has more meaning when you have a goal, when you're on your grind. And then because then you're not fucking as mad as women. Women are just a fucking byproduct. They're like the icing on the cake or the cherry on top. It's like cool, it's cool to have it, but it's like I'm on my purpose anyways. It's like if you're either with me or you're not. It's not the whole cake. So a lot of you motherfuckers are making girls the whole fucking cake, and the fucking your grind is the cherry on top. It needs to be the other way around, because your real purpose is creating something. It's like Wes Watson says this shit. Create the best version of yourself and then give it to the world. So if all you're doing is fucking blaming hoes all day and worrying about what they're doing, then what the fuck is your purpose? Like you're fucking you're just gonna fail. So it's like, get on your grind, have a goal, have a purpose, and then more hoes are gonna gravitate to you. They're gonna like your energy because they want to be a part of a man's journey. A man who knows where he's going. Like that's what like they like. They fucking gravitate towards that shit because they don't want you to be your whole purpose. They're actually going to be less attracted to you because they want a man who can take care of them, who can provide for them. So if you're putting her over your goal, then she knows that something's going to have to suffer. And if it's your goal, how the fuck is she going to benefit from you? How are you going to take care of her if she's your purpose? That's where a lot of dudes fuck up. It's like they put their girl before their goal. And it's like you put your girl before your goal and you end up losing both. Or you put your girl before your work, you end up losing both. Just because like your girl doesn't respect the fact that you put her above your goal or your purpose, your grind. Because she's like, if we have a family and I need you to take care of me, and if you put me before everything else, how the fuck are you going to be successful? It just doesn't work like that. So she loves it. She likes it when you put your goal, your grind, your money, and all that shit first, because she benefits from that. Because she knows that if you're fucking successful, she's going to fucking be with you, and she knows that you're going to take care of her. So she benefits from that more than you putting her above your grind. So it's like, if you're a dude out here, put your grind first, then the girl. Don't be complaining about these hoes all day. Your fucking life goal or fucking talking about hoes all day. Your purpose, because your real purpose is getting better so you can get the girl that you want so she can respect you.
Yeah, man. You are actually talking about a topic that I love to talk about literally the most. You guys are about, like, I can't believe I'm about to do this, but I'm literally about to drop some, like, behind the paywall stuff out here in the open, like, seas of social media, right? What Tez is talking about right here, right now, is what I call the flow state. And holy fuck, my guy. There is nothing like the aura that is emitted from you when you are connected to the flow state. So what is the flow state? What is purpose? It's funny that you mentioned Wes Watson. We're talking about like purpose, and he also talks about the flow state, which is crazy, right? Because when you get into it, you know, right? Like me, I'll tell you guys about it because I'm currently in it. Like literally, I command what I'm speaking in real time as I say it. Like Tez, I'm talking to you about like suits, boom, suits. Talking to you about women, boom, women. Talking to you about show, boom, show, right? Like locking into the flow state is when you are fully aligned with the ether, fully aligned with God, fully aligned in prayer, fully aligned with the pen and the pad, fully aligned with your mission, fully waking up, committing your day to the purpose, fully committed to excellence, fully locking in with your adventure that is to be in front of you. When you are locked into the flow state, my guy, it is when you align that with dating, women are just kind of like coming in and following at that high ass aura frequency resonance that you're tuning into, because see that's the sauce of it all. When you're dating, you have to have such a huge inner thought. Like you have to have like a deep inner thought, a deep interpersonal thought about who you are on the inside, reflecting onto the outside. That's like your aura. Like you have to tap into some deep stuff, and you have to connect it with the people around you, and they need to be able to connect to your bigger vision in such a small time. Imagine this: the girl that you're attracted to, she doesn't know you, she doesn't know anything about you, but all she knows is what she responds to, and what she responds to is feelings. So you gotta dig so deep within your aura that she's able to feel that you're larger than life just from your presence. She needs to be able to feel a man has entered the room. Like, I don't know if you guys ever been around it, but if you've been around like someone that's like angry or like upset or throwing out like a bad little bitch vibe, you can feel that and you're like, I don't want to be near that. But when someone's throwing that like aura, that supreme next level, can't be duplicated with AI, can't be duplicated with fakeness, but like when you have that real aura and that real swag from the flow state, and you're putting that out there into the ether from the world of dating, and you're putting that in front of the women that you're around, that really seductive, high end, super premium, high sexual energy, all compacted into just like your looks or your like your chest or like your feel. That is the flow state by which, like, when you're going about your purpose and you're locking in and you're doing what you're supposed to do and you're locked into your job, you're locked into your social media, you're locked into your purpose, you're locked into the vision, you're making everything supreme. That flow state is going to allow you to be able to just reach into the minds and the hearts and the soul and the energy of women and talk to whoever you want to at any level that you want to and pull them into your world in any way that you want to. And like that's what I'm saying. Like if you really have a candidate in front of you and the candidate meets your prerequisites, like she's single and she's cute and she's available and she's pretty and has somewhat of a decent personality, and you can just lock in with your mind in the flow state and you want to pull her into your roster, you absolutely fucking will.
Oh yeah, yeah. When you're in flow state, that's next level shit. And yeah, so just having that fucking goal and purpose, like that's gonna get girls to be more attracted to you. So don't be blaming these fucking hoes for everything. Don't be these guys who's watching this content, hours of this content every day, hours and hours on end, and then you look up a year, 2 years go by, and you're still the same fucking person. You haven't grown at all. You haven't changed at all. You want to change. At some point in your life, you want people to fucking say you changed, or there's like you're different. Like that is a compliment. When your old friends start to tell you that you change, you're being different, you're not the same, they're complimenting you. What they're gonna make it seem like fucking it's something bad, or you're acting funny or something, but it's like that's a sign to where it's like you've outgrown them. So you want to do that and be changing, be growing yourself rather than blaming other people, blaming women. Because if you keep blaming women, you're just gonna grow up and just be more bitter and bitter and bitter, and you're never gonna get what you want. So it's like it's either you want to get what you want or you don't want to get what you want. If you want to get what you want, then just take accountability for everything. And if you say, you know, I don't even care if I end up fucking the hoes that I want to fuck, I don't care if don't end up getting the money that I want, then yeah, just fucking blame everyone else, blame everyone, then who cares? But who the fuck doesn't want, like everyone wants what they want, like they want to go get it. So everyone wants something. So if you're one of those people who are okay with just not having it, then yeah, sit there and blame everyone and just be mad at the world. But you're still going to look up in 20, 30 years and be mad that you didn't take action. So, and like women, they're not perfect. Like I said before at the beginning of the show, they're not perfect. There's a lot of shit wrong with them. But the mindset of a man is to just take blame for everything. Because then it's in your control. Because then you determine the results. You can get the outcome. Because once you start blaming other people, you no longer control the outcome of it. That's really the main thing on why you shouldn't be blaming these hoes for everything and why you shouldn't fucking blame people for shit. Is because you no longer control the outcome. The outcome's in their hands. Then you're just a victim. You're a victim. The victim gets whatever happens. The victim's the one that's always being punished, or the one that kind of who got taken advantage of. So you either want to be, you're either gonna be the victim or the fucking predator, the fucking person who fucking, no, that sounds something like predator. You're either gonna be the victim to where it just happened to you, or you're gonna be the person where you happened to it. So you fucking you did it. Like you're the person who made it happen, or it's someone life made it happen to you, and you just didn't get the outcome. So no one's gonna care about your excuses when you get older. No one fucking cares. If you're 40, 50 years old and you're like, women they have too high standards. They fucking don't care about man. They don't give me what they want. They're just, if you're that guy, no one's gonna look at you and be like, yeah, you're right. Like, you're right. No one's gonna be like, okay, and you're still a loser. You still didn't make any money. You still aren't fucking any bad bitches. And it's like, even if you're saying all the right shit, that's true. It's like, okay, and you're still a loser. Like, you could have the best excuses in the world. You could say the most realest shit that happened to you, and it's not your fault. You were put in this fucked up situation. And you're still a loser. They're going to look at you, and they're still a loser, and then no one's going to care. They're going to be around you like, you're right. They're going to make you feel like you're right. You're on top of the road when they're around you. But then when all that shit, fucking all this smoke clears, it's going to be like, oh, well, John, he's still a fucking loser. Who gives a fuck about him? So you have to take accountability to be a fucking winner.
Yeah, no, and you bring up a good point. Like, are you going to come at this from the point of view of being the predator, or are you going to be the prey, right? And with that mentality, Tez brings up a good point. If you remember a couple episodes ago, we had a female influencer speaking, and the content that they're creating is the content in which you, as a man, could watch the content and fall into the feeling-based trap of, hey man, look, they're saying what I'm saying, so I can come here and agree with the women and feel bad about myself, or feel bad about my predicament, or feel bad about the situation. But we don't want you to feel bad in agreement with the situation. We want you to feel educated in alignment with the situation. We want you to feel like, okay, well, look, now when I go out into the world of dating, it's very common for women to say, I hate men. So what does that mean? What are you going to do? Go home, cry about it, be sad about it, be sad that the girl that you're putting all this time, effort, and energy into having a romance with is saying, I hate fucking men, right? No, what you're going to do is you're going to be like, okay, I accept that in the vetting process that I will hear that stuff sometimes. And when I hear that, I know that she's dead to me immediately and I need to move on. You know what I mean? When you have that like stoicism and that calm and that smooth understanding, and you're being silky with your charisma, and you hear that thing and she says it to you and she automatically disqualified herself. She disqualified herself from a legend, bro. She disqualified herself from a man who's on his purpose, who knows the flow state, who's entering a kingdom that he is building. And she can't come in it. The Bible says it is better for a man to be alone on the roof of his house when it's in the storming rain or the scalding heat. It is better for a man to be at the corner of his own roof than to be inside a home with a quarrelsome woman. We don't want you to have this type of bullshit happening to you. We want you to listen to us. We want you to get your Instagram dating profile up. We want you to put in the work. We want you to go out there and talk to the girls. Because if you start adopting the habit of being like, you know what, yeah, these women are definitely running laps around me. They get to have sex whenever they want, and you don't. They get to go on the boat whenever they want, but you don't. They get to move up in the career faster than you, but you don't. There is no wage gap, but they get paid faster and more than you, but you don't. They get access to the finer things in life, but you don't. They have a better Instagram than you, but you don't have that Instagram that they have, right? I could see why women moving through the world at a much loftier, floating through life kind of pace could cause a man to be upset at the truth that she is a virtueless whore that is sucking all kinds of dicks and still running through life being a bad girl and still moving throughout the world better than you. How you would then be upset at them, but you can't let your mind get there. It's chaos. It's just chaos. And your boy DJ Matchmaker does wonderful in a world of chaos. If you listen to the hardcore music that I listen to, you'll know that it feels like you've gone to war in just a 3-minute song. But that type of chaos is the world that we are currently living in. Some people call it a clown world. Some people call it fucking crazy. And I am telling you to recognize it as chaos. And when you're in the chaos, I need you to tune in, soldier. I need you to realize, yes, you are on a mission to spread your seed and find a wonderful girl and to start a beautiful family and to carry on your legacy and spread on an amazing life where you can have grandchildren and grandbabies and grandbabies, right? But it's only going to happen when you're able to lock in and not blame these chicks for being chaotic. It's going to happen when you lock in and realize that you're going to just have to vet even harder, which also does include things like the passport bro movement. It does include things like going to the mall at a certain time in your day. It does include like, yo, I gotta like leave work, I gotta work out, I gotta go to the gym, I gotta wake up early, and I still gotta find time to talk to beautiful girls. I gotta find, where are the girls? Are they at the nail salon? Are they at the mall? Like, where are the girls today? And I have to go and I have to find them and I have to talk to them, and I still, even though I'm gonna probably get disrespected, be respectful. And this is where we can start to respect you, because see, when you're putting in the time to go and earn female attraction energy towards yourself, then we know that you're putting in the work, because no matter how the fuck you skin this cat, it is work to get yourself women in the modern day. I don't give a fuck how many girls you've cold approached, how much sex you've had, or how many pictures you've taken. It's work to attract women in 2025.
1000%, and you have to put in the fucking work. Because if you're someone who complains, all you're saying is, I'm not willing to put in the work, I'm not willing to do what's hard. So people who complain, who play the victim, who blame everyone for fucking their inadequacies, because blame everyone for them being not where they want to be in life, all that's saying is you're afraid to do the work. You're afraid to take some ownership over your life, take control of your life, and get to where you need to go. So if you're one of those people who fucking blame other people, who complain, play the victim, is fucking mad at the world, and that's all you worry about, that's all you talk about, that's all you think about, then all that means is that you are afraid to do the fucking work, to do what it does to fucking make it happen. So it's either you put in the work and do the hard shit, or you become a victim and life happens to you, and then you're just a bitch. So which one are you going to be? Are you going to put in the work to get the results that you want to get, to become the best version of yourself? Or are you going to be these people that are complaining, fucking cussing out women and doing the shit in the comments and just fucking being a hoe, and you can't fuck them? It's one thing if you're doing all this shit and you hate women and you're actually able to fuck them, and it's one thing, it's another thing to be doing all this shit and you're like some fat fuck loser that nobody wants to fuck. That's completely different. Like, cause you don't have you don't even have an option to fuck these hoes, and you're just like if you're a guy who fucking can fuck these hoes and then you're mad, then it's like, okay, he's coming from a place of like more of an abundance mindset, to where it's like, I'm still dealing with these issues, but I don't have a problem, I can still fuck with them. If you're a guy who's fucking, all you're doing is complaining, mad at these hoes, and you're fat, or you don't have a job, you live with your parents, and these hoes don't want to fuck you, then it's like, okay, you're coming from a place of just upset, bitterness, that these hoes don't want to fuck you. So it's very different. And a lot of you motherfuckers are the guys that these bitches don't want to fuck, but you're always complaining all day, you're calling these hoes bitches and doing all this type of shit on the internet all fucking day in these chats and shit, but nobody wants to fuck you. So then it's like you're just a loser doing this shit. So don't be fucking that guy. So be honest with yourself, look yourself in the mirror and say, am I somebody these hoes want to fuck? Do any of these hoes ever hit me up? Do they respond? Do they want to fuck me? Do they want to suck my dick? And if the answer is no, then you are just mad at these hoes for you being a loser, because these hoes don't want to fuck you.
And like, let me tell you a real story, because this is, unfortunately, in my line of work, I run into every type of scenario that you can, right? So this is where I was kind of disappointed in the conversation of the day with one of the guys, but you know, these kind of things happen and I have to reel it back in, right? So I'm talking to one of the homies, and the homie is, you know, instead of talking to me about like solutions to dating problems, he literally hits me up excited as fuck, mad at the girls, saying, yo, look, AI sex robots are coming out, bro, and all the guys are gonna have AI sex robots, and they're all gonna fuck a bunch of sex robots, and the girls are gonna have nobody who want them. And he was like, yeah, look, bro, the girls are gonna be begging for us. Ha 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 ha. And I literally was like, ain't no way I'm having this conversation. Ain't no way this is the opening lines to the convo. Like, how am I supposed to fix this, right? Because like in my mind I'm thinking, Okay, he's so mad at girls as if girls are the opposing team and he wants to have a victory and one up the chicks and be like, haha, we are the better version of the people that should be winning in the dating market. And like that war, that mentality, that frame of mind, that frame of thinking is complete foolishness. That is complete fuckery. I do not want you guys thinking in that way. I don't want you girls thinking in that way. That is some absolute dog shit bullshit way of thinking, right? Because like we if the goal isn't for you to like, haha, I won up the woman and now I've fucked them all, or I had sex with them, or ha, I have the upper hand because I have compliance. That's not the goal, man. The goal is just for you to have a beautiful dating life and a loving relationship. We're trying to get you to just have each other, to hold each other in each other's arms. Tez, bro, am I tripping, bro? Do guys not be acting like this?
Well, I want the upper hand on these bitches.
Oh, that's fine. I mean, that's fine.
Fuck all that shit, bitch. This is my program. That's it. But no, yeah, it's about having a healthy relationship, and I want the upper hand on these bitches. Fuck all that shit, nigga. It's either the ball's in your court or it's in her court, nigga. I want the ball on my side of the court, nigga. But I get it, nigga. But you niggas who are fucking sex robots, nigga, or who are gonna be fucking sex robots, these hoes aren't gonna care, like you, because you already weren't fucking anyway. The dudes who are actually fucking aren't gonna go to sex robots. It's the dudes who weren't fucking at all that are gonna be fucking sex robots. So the hoes won't notice. They're not gonna notice a difference if you start fucking sex robots, because they weren't fucking you anyway. So it's like cool, just go with your robot. So yeah, that shit's funny as fuck. But yeah, you gotta become the best version of yourself so you can fucking have the upper hand on these bitches. That's really what it is. Like, that's really what it is. Because, like, if you're not the best version of yourself and you don't believe you're better than her, like, I see guys. I was at the fucking store. I was getting some food the other day. And I saw this girl. She was a cute girl, like, attractive. I would fuck the shit out of her. And then she was with a dude. And it was like her boyfriend, but he was walking behind her, like in like he was a fucking. You could tell they were together, but he was walking behind her like she was his fucking mom. Like she was just like, he was just following her around. Like it was just very weird and like he just following her. Like she's like leading completely, and it's like there's no way he's the best version of himself, and that's happening. His girl's leading him, walking around. He's just walking 2 steps behind her, following her everywhere. That's not what a man does. That's not what a leader is. So if you're not the best version of yourself, then yeah, the ball's going to be on your girl's side of the court. And when it's on her side of the court, she's just going to disrespect you and fucking lead the relationship. And you're going to get sex out of compliance, not from genuine burning desire. And when I say out of compliance, she's only going to give you sex when fucking you've earned it because you fucking took out the trash or some shit. Or fucking you did what you're supposed to do. Not because she really wanted to, but because now she's negotiating with you because she knows that your value's so fucking low. So you have to become the best version of yourself. So the ball's on your side of the court. So the game is being played by your rules. So that's what it is, and that's another story. So the whole point of this is just being the best version of yourself, so you can fucking live the life that you want to live. No more playing the victim. No more blaming your fucking parents about what your life should have been, could have been. No more blaming fucking your friends, your fucking these hoes. It's all on you. It's your responsibility to become the best version of yourself, because nobody gives a fuck about your excuses. Nobody gives a fuck about you woulda, coulda, shoulda been. It's about who you are now. And they say potential is overrated because most people don't fucking reach their potential. So don't let it go to waste. Put in the fucking work. Don't complain. And be the best you can be. And the only way to do that is by taking ownership of your life and staying consistent and putting in the hard work. At some point, you're going to have to pay the price. At some point in life, you have to pay the price. And by paying the price, it's going to be hard work, blood, sweat, tears, times you want to fucking feel like giving up and you think that it's over. Like at some point, you just paying the price. That's what paying the price is. At some point in life, you're going to have to get in that point. So if you're a man and you're watching this and you've never been at that point, you haven't paid the price, and you do not deserve, more than likely the outcome, it won't come for you if you don't pay the price. Yeah, it happens to some people. They get by fucking luck of the draw. But as a man, you cannot keep shying away from the hard work. You can't keep blaming everybody for your life sucking. Take fucking responsibility. Take ownership that your life sucks. It's your fault. Put in the fucking work. Grind out for a year, 2 years. Do what's hard so you can be the best that you can be. You don't have to keep blaming these hoes, and then these hoes want to fuck with you because you fucking improved. You developed yourself. You got your character right, so they want to fuck with you because they see that.
Yeah, and dating is work. Can you imagine if someone is like doing the opposite of what you said, like the antithesis of what you just said, and they're complaining about only like having no results from talking to like 3 chicks? You know what I mean? Imagine like, hey, I want to lock in, I want to get a girl, and I want to get a girl now. I've leveled up in, you know, exercise, and I got some cash, but I want a girl now. And I talked to 3 chicks, and out of those 3, I didn't get any results. Now what? Right? Can you imagine, like, guys don't have truly any, probably, if I asked the average dude to put a number in his head of how many girls he's going to have to talk to get one girl, what do you think the number in his head would be?
Oh, the number in my head would be like 10.
And you talk to girls, right?
Yeah.
And I don't think a dude would even have a number in his head. Like, he couldn't even fathom how many girls he'd have to talk to get one.
Really?
Yeah. So you think 1 in 10?
Yeah, if he asked a dude how many girls he'd have to talk to get to a girl, no, mine would be between 5 and 10. So a dude, I couldn't imagine the dude not having a number. Like, that just doesn't make any.
I can't imagine, because he doesn't do it, he doesn't know what number to even formulate. Like, he probably would blank out on the question.
It's like you have no like data to like go off of, or like you don't even know what your skill level is, so you can't even you just don't even. Yeah.
Exactly. So can you imagine you want to have a threesome with that math? You got to talk to 20 chicks. You got to source 20 chicks. That is work, my dude. You're not accomplishing that the same day, unless you like start it like in the morning. You know what I mean? So you gotta like go out there, you gotta talk to 20 different chicks just for a threesome. Like, this is insane. That's why you need to be working on you to the point where you attract them and pull them into your world. Now, if you are doing this, if you are pulling girls into your world, why are you gonna be mad at them? See, the red pill is gonna lead you on a good path. You guys need to stop being bitches, stop being mad at the truth, and start putting one foot in front of the other with the hard ass path in front of you, because the dating metrics show that we are in an all-time battle when it comes to the battle of love, my guy. Girls hate you, you're invisible to women, girls are fucking mean, girls are bad people, girls have like low characteristics, guys are fucking retarded, guys are not like good with their hygiene, guys are not going up and talking to girls are upset that guys aren't talking to them. Both the genders seem to fucking hate each other. There's men going their own way, there's women going their own way. Birth rates are at an all-time low, sex is at an all-time high decline, AI is on the rise, human beings just seem to be on the internet and not fucking anymore. You guys are in the weirdest time to be alive in the world of dating. But with all that being said, the mission is, really fucking hard. But you still gotta man up, stick out your chest, and be tough to it. Go out there and pull the loves of your life. Hopefully many, if you've been listening to the show. I want you to have multiple ladies. You know what I'm saying?
Yes, sir. 1,000%. And it's like, if you talk to 20 hoes for a threesome, because you gotta find the hoes. You gotta find the hosts that want to fuck you. Then you gotta find the hosts that want to fuck with that want to do the threesome. So I was just thinking about that, because I was like, 20 hosts, threesome.
That means the girls gotta like each other, or like you enough to like each other.
Yeah. So you just the point is, you gotta fucking just talk to hoes and fucking know where you're at, so you can get the results that you want to get to. but we gave them some fucking value.
Yeah, right. And at only 55 minutes in, man, we do a lot to bring you guys some motherfucking value, man. We are doing some pretty incredible things in the world of 5-star to bring you guys a lot of value. You know, shout out to Jack Doherty, shout out to Grace Rain. If you guys go on my Instagram right now, you'll see that I got a chance to run into Grace again. Me and her have a lot of chance run-ins with each other. Shout out to you, Grace. And we have the Kiss or Slap video that's out on my Instagram. It's like a repost right now, so go to Life of Chris live stream, you know. Or go to Grace Rain's Instagram. You'll see me there. This is the second time I've been on her Instagram, and that is funny stuff. We'll talk about this, and we'll talk about how I was on a video with her that got 25 million views, funny enough, on a Kiss or Slap during the time of like TikTok really being the originator of that type of content, right? The content that we all know and love and are all too familiar with now. And what we really need from you guys is to subscribe to us. And, thanks you to the new subscribers. We have a bunch of people coming in to showing love to 5-star. And we got a lot of clips coming for you guys. We got a lot of new content coming. Me and Tez are doing more content, more photo shoots, more pictures coming your way. Shout out to the new Instagram photos that I even have on my Instagram, bro. Just listening to all the advice that we have collectively, always doing everything that we can to push each other to build out our portfolios and help each other get to the next level of the game is what we aim to do. We literally have a paywall that is going to provide you the value on what you need to know to get into this. We have coaches in there. We have Bold Boy. We have Tez. We have me. We have everyone who just really wants to help you get busy in the world of dating for the guys and the girls. We're doing everything we can to help you guys out. And not be a bitch about it, because if you are mad at the fact that girls can move through life faster than you, and that is reality, and they can get paid faster than you, and that is reality, and they are prettier than you, and their beauty is worth more money than sometimes you'll make in an entire fucking year. There is OnlyFans women making more money than like the entire NBA, right? Like their body is literally making more money than an entire professional sporting field, because the internet has decided that human beings are thirsty for sex, and that is the truth. Unfortunately, society is sick with lust, and you are living in the boiling brink of it. But fear not. If you calm down about the fact that you're in the craziest time to be alive, from exactly the opposing angle, it is also the most abundant time to be alive. Because, you see, there's videos going around where I was actually just showing Tez this not too long ago, where women are complaining about the lack of attention they're receiving from men in the very same dating market. So if you listen to us, you shut the fuck up, you become a professional in the field of dating. That means you get really good at dating from beginning to end. That means that women are at an all-time low of receiving attention, which means that any attention is at an all-time high to be received, because the benchmark is so low that if you capitalize on this skill set, you can literally be abundant with women. Yeah, it might take you 20 girls to lock into the two, but you can talk to 20 girls, no problem. And that in and of itself is pretty cool. Just, throwing that takeaway out there.
Hell yeah, for sure. Yeah, don't be the guy who's fucking so deprived of pussy and you're just complaining to these hoes. I was thinking about this. Imagine being the person that creates sex robots. Like,
you're going to hell.
That is a fucking $1 trillion industry, bro. Dudes are gonna buy that shit so fucking quick. These horny motherfuckers that aren't getting no pussy are gonna buy these sex robots so fucking fast, bro. Cause I'm thinking about when you said these OnlyFans hoes making millions of dollars. The motherfuckers buying these OnlyFans hoes is the niggas that get zero pussy, no pussy. So it's like, imagine making a sex robot, bro. That's selling out immediately.
You're making it sound like the PlayStation or the Xbox of sex, right? Like the dudes are like, "Yo, I got the BBL 5000."
You make a sex robot and it's a fucking, you make it into like a figure of like, you have the dude upload a picture of like the girl who wants to fuck the most, and then you make like a fucking robot of that girl or whatnot.
Oh shit, like the LCD screen of her face, like, yo, this is the Sydney Sweeney robot. or this is the Kim K robot, or this is the whatever girl robot.
That would sell out like fucking crazy. Dudes, these motherfuckers, these fucking niggas that are OnlyFans and shit and buying the motherfucker who makes sex robots first he's a billionaire. That's one thing, bro. The thirst that niggas have for sex, that's just $1 billion industry, bro.
That's about to be a new $1 billion industry created out of nowhere, bro. Just right now, I guess if you want to sell your soul and go to hell, you can make a sex robot and be a billionaire. What in the fuck? Yo, Tez, what does the next 5 years of the dating market look like with that shit running around? Have you seen Subservience with Megan Fox?
No.
Bro, listen. There's this guy, right? And he has a family. He has his wife, he has his kids, and his wife gets sick and she has to go off to the hospital, right? So while she's being hospitalized, he gets a robot to take care of his family in the house. So she can do like the household chores. Like they buy the robot from the robot store, and the robot is Megan Fox. The robot is hot as fuck, right? So the robot has like this unhealthy connection to him as the admin. So then like he and the robot like over some time, after like a couple like things had happened, like with some chemistry building between the two of them, he just starts having sex with the robot. But the robot is the one who's encouraging it. So the robot like is like egging him onto this, and now the Megan Fox robot starts having sex with him. But the Megan Fox robot also is like a vindictive bitch, and then the wife was very angry at that, right? Like a very standard blue pill type couple, right? And they are having like their fight, and then the robot's trying to kill her. This whole thing, right? But the point is that movie is kind of like propaganda about sex robots at all. You know what I mean? It's just propaganda to get you like used to the idea that men will probably create $1 billion industry out of having sex with robots. Just absolutely wasting your life force away in a bucket of plastic instead of a human being the way it's supposed to be. Be fruitful and multiply, fuck a robot and die.
There we go. Damn. That's where we're headed, bro. I could see motherfuckers fucking the dog shit out. Motherfuckers gonna be fucking the shit out of the robots, dog. Hell no, dog.
So what does that say about girls? You know what I'm saying? Are you girls so mean that you know that men are being starved of sex that you want to see them starve of sex? Is that the whole point of this? Are you winning the gender war, ladies? Do you want to squeeze the sexual force out of all the men when they need your body? You fucking bitch. You know what I mean?
Yeah, dad and guys don't want to put in the work. It's some fucked up shit, but we gave him some fucking some value today. We gave him some crazy ass value today, bro.
Yo, listen. Me and Tez are really just getting started with you guys. We are laying some of the bricks here to foundationally get the show momentum that we already have and get that trajectory rolling on a whole new level. But me and Tez are about to bring you value that you cannot have ever seen on any other place but this show. We need you following at youtube.com/5STAR live stream. That's 5-star live stream. We need you following at X 5-star live stream. We need you following on Snap 5-star pod. We need you following on subs.com/5star. You know that one is my absolute favorite. We need you guys locking in there. And we need you locking in with Tez at High Demand Tez, High Demand _Tez on Instagram. We're about to bring you guys some new guests on the show. I'm Life of Chris live stream. We've been talking to you guys for an hour, 4 minutes. You know what it is. We're doing everything we can to bring you guys some better sound. Don't worry. The next sound check, I'll do it a little bit longer to bring you guys some exclusive spicy sound. We see you new subscribers coming in, so we know it doesn't completely hurt anything, because if you want to listen, you'll listen. But we're going to do what we can to bring you guys absolute premium quality going forward. Each and every time it is a little bit different. But Tez, man, what do they need to know, man? What do they need to see?
They need to fucking like, comment, subscribe, show love, High Demand _Tez. We're out here. We're going to keep bringing it to you live. Next show Friday. Let's fucking get it. Tap in with us or tap the fuck